So here's the situation. I'm out here at Chloe's place. As you can see, I've now removed the struts from the car. If you have a look here, you'll see the difference in what needs to change. So these are the rear struts, obviously. There is a link here for the trailing arm that's necessary. So it'll have to be transplanted onto the custom struts. And then also you can see the bolt pattern is slightly different. So drill this top hole across there and then add this piece onto the bottom. Otherwise, that's the difference in height between the two. So your normal spring seats here. So obviously you see the difference there. It's about 4, maybe 5 centimeters. So about 2 inches for you Americans. Okay, a quick explain on what is happening here. We were no longer able to use the supplied rear struts onto the car for 2 reasons. One, the struts are too short compared to the stock struts, and 2, it will take far too much effort to cut the trailing arm link from the stock struts and weld them onto the custom struts. So the solution is to take the stock struts, cut them open. Right now he's cutting it about 150 millimeters from the top. He's going to drain all the oil on the inside, remove all the components inside the original struts. Then we'll get a whole new set of struts that Louis is going to bring and use those as inserts inside the stock struts. We'll then re-weld all of that back together and thereby creating brand new custom struts with the correct mounting hardware, and so that way we have 0 issues. So now I'm just recording this for my YouTube channel. It's MDK Concepts. Hey? I'm doing it myself right now. Yeah.
Tamanho do choque.
Yeah.
O tamanho do choque era 70 e tal, quase 80 aberto. Preciso de 43, né?
So this here is what needs to happen apparently. Can't use those guys. Trying to replicate this is just going to be a mission. So use a stock strut, trim a bit off the top. There it is actually, yeah. Trim that much off the top. That's the other one. And then we'll get an insert similar to this. Fit it on the inside. Weld it together and make a shorter strut, but it's still slightly taller than those guys.
Did something go wrong?
What do you mean? It fits.
Now what we need to do is take 50 off. We'll start at 50.
Okay.
And then check how high it is, and then if you need more, then we take more.
Alright. So what he was explaining is that they cut this off from there. Now what he's going to do is he's now put the new struts on the inside as a sleeve. So now what he's going to do is trim 50 mils off from here, then put this back on to see where the right height sits. If we're happy with the result, then we'll repeat the process to the second one From there we'll work on the front struts and see how that goes, but at least we know the mounting is 100% correct and there'll be zero issues there. So bit of welding to go, but yeah, he's just now trimming 50 mils off the other piece like this, slide it onto the top, and then we'll work from there. So an update on where we are. As I said, he's busy with the struts, but I've got the line through there. This is on the left rear side. Right rear will be the same, and then I've routed the two front ones through the interior. They come out of that grommet there, hence the two, you can see them here. And this is what we're going to try and achieve. Okay guys, so I don't know what day it is yet, but I'll put it up on screen. Now strip the front. As you can see, no struts installed, daylight's coming through there. The back is sorted out. We're gonna look at the front now, compare these guys and see what works, and then if need be we will modify these the way we did the rear ones. But yeah, this is what we've got, and we'll see what the magician can do. Alright, so we're still having a look at the struts and we'll find out what the best way forward is. It looks like they might use the original struts, but in the meantime I'm going to route my airlines. I'm going to remove this inner fender well. I've already removed the screw there, so I'm going to pull this back. The line is already up here, and I'll pull the line through. Okay, so I've routed the line, comes up here under the wiper motor, and then I route it into the chassis rail that runs across the top here. Through there, it comes down, runs behind, and then out here. So click that back into place, so I can bolt it back up. The line will come through there, and will insert into the bag. So just now need to find my little screw back in place. And that's it. So now it's out of the way of the tire, no issues, and that'll be good. Alright, so Louis came back with the new struts, and it all works. It's actually branded Ford, so it should work very nicely. So the only thing that needs to happen now is just to elongate the slot there so it matches the originals, and then we're good to go. The result of modifying it just a slot a bit higher so that it matches the same distance of the original strut. So we're almost there. Yeah, it's got a key there, so you'll have to drill it out. Okay, so what we're going to do now is run these bearings on the top, which will sit up there and between the top hat. The reason for that is when you turn the wheel, if you don't have this bearing, what happens is the surface will hold the bag in place, and then your strut will turn, and that will damage your lines or the bag itself. So this will prevent any of that. So the bearing will allow the bag to turn with the strut and prevent any problems. On the car, everything, as I've showed you, is routed out. All the pipework is sorted out, even on the interior. So at the back, the relay has now been wired up. Everything's been wired up down there. So I'll clean that up when I get home. We just then need to connect these two lines. These are the two. That's the right rear and the left rear. Front, left and front right are down there. They're already connected to the solenoid block, which sits in this area here. So we're ready to go, and then we'll be able to go home, and I'll put in the pressure gauge when I get home.
Touch it. Just touch it.
The bearing pretty much just sits in there and disappears, and they need the bearing to have direct contact with the strut and the top mount, the top head. So we're gonna remove this, and it'll be perfect seating for the bearing, and then the bag will turn freely. So we're almost there. So just waiting for the struts now. We're almost done. Okay, we're all set up. Bags are in. It's all piped up. All we need to do now, just put some duct tape around here, just to keep the line in place to prevent any issues. But otherwise, up there it's all good. Oh man, we did it, guys. Air suspension is fully installed and running well. You can hear the compressor running in the background. But yeah, looks good when parked. That is fantastic. So yeah, welcome to South Africa's first Mazda 323 sedan on air ride. Let's go for a ride.